Mashihat al-Islamiyya, Ministry of Sharia wa Awqaf, Directorate of Religious Affairs and Presidency of Religious Affairs. Institutions bear deep marks of the history, tradition, and culture of a country. The Sheikh al-Islam, or Mashihat al-Islamiyya, on which our presidency was founded, was one of the most deep-rooted institutions of the Ottoman state. It has provided religious services along with charitable, judiciary, and education services for centuries, and has always made its presence felt. The history witnessed that great efforts were made in order to prevent interruptions in provision of religious services, even during the dire days of War of Independence. The first cabinet of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, which was established on the 3rd of May 1920, also included the Ministry of Sharia wa Awqaf. Subsequently, on the 3rd of March 1924, the Directorate of Religious Affairs was established to replace the Ministry of Sharia wa Awqaf, pursuant to Law No. 429. The first director of Diyanet, which provides religious services in an institutional manner, was Behçetçizade Mehmet Rifat Efendi, and currently the 18th president, Professor Dr. Ali Erbash, is in the office. The duties of Diyanet are listed in the Organization Law No. 633 as follows: conducting activities and operations relating to the Islamic faith's beliefs, principles of worships, and morals, educating the public about religious matters, and administering places of worship. The Presidency of Religious Affairs is made of central, provincial, and overseas organizations. The central organization is the Presidency's planning, management, and oversight authority. It consists of the offices of the President and 5 Vice Presidents, as well as 2 permanent boards and 13 service units, 11 of which are at General Directorate level. The provincial organization administers religious services across Turkey and includes 81 provincial muftiyats and 922 district muftiyats. Nearly 90,000 mosques, over 20,000 Quran courses, 13 religious high specialization centers, and 20 religious education centers are the building blocks of the provincial organization. The overseas organization of the presidency is organized in regions with Muslim communities, as well as in the countries where our citizens and kinsmen live. High Board of Religious Affairs. The board holds an eminent position in the development of authentic religious knowledge with the resolutions it takes, ideas it propounds, and the fatwas it issues, answering the needs and expectations of the modern society in light of the rich, scholarly, and intellectual legacy of the Islamic civilization guided by the Quran and the Sunnah. Diyanet Academy. In line with the mission of the Presidency of Religious Affairs, pre-service and in-service training of various formats and contents are provided to meet the Presidency's need for qualified staff with scientific and professional competence, a strong sense of institutional belonging, and well-developed communication and social participation skills in order to enlighten the society on religious issues based on authentic knowledge and correct methodology. Board of Inspection and Recitation of the Quran. The board works in the scientific field of Qira'at and ensures the printing and publication of the Holy Quran, which has reached the present day without any changes, in line with the original, without any error or flaw in the text, and in perfect form. The board also organizes competitions for calligraphy and Holy Quran recitations at national and international levels. Religious services. The Presidency of Religious Affairs builds mosques not merely for worship, but also for education and guidance, for the society to meet and socialize, for building trust and ensuring moderation, and aims to bring together all segments of the society with mosques. The strategies employed in sermons, khutbahs, and guidance services are under constant revision and updating. In addition, there are ongoing, sincere and diligent efforts that encompass all segments of our society through spiritual support services provided to patients, relatives of patients, healthcare professionals, people with disabilities, people with addictions, disaster victims and their families, and convicts, detainees. Educational services. Our Presidency's primary responsibilities include, among others, the continuous growth and spread of Quran memorization tradition, as well as the continuation of training in our Quran courses and the provision of authentic religious knowledge to our citizens. On the other hand, a needs-based approach has been adopted in Quran teaching with the diversification of Quran course curricula within the scope of non-formal religious education. Providing Quranic and moral education to children aged 4 to 6 has been one of the most requested and important projects of our Presidency. Hajj and Umrah services. Our Presidency ensures the development of religious services by organizing Hajj and Umrah organizations and visits to Al-Quds, so that prospective pilgrims, Umrah visitors, and visitors to Al-Quds can complete their blessed journey in a proper, healthy, and safe manner. Religious publications. Our Presidency carries out publishing services to provide authentic and current religious knowledge to our people, to nourish our society spiritually and morally, and to enhance our nation's feeling of brotherhood. This manifests itself in children's books, youth book series, classics, periodicals, and publications in foreign languages and dialects, academic and literary collections. Diyanet Radio, Quran Radio, Risalet Radio, and Diyanet TV are all the warm sounds of our Presidency that meet with our people anytime, anywhere. Our present body of publication is brought in line with contemporary publication technology, and publications are ensured to remain current to closely monitoring developments in digital publishing. Moreover, works and studies related to traditional Turkish Islamic arts are identified and efforts are made to ensure their continuation and improvement. Foreign relations. The provision of religious services and education to our citizens, kinsmen, and co-religionists, the formation of unity of hearts and ideals, and the construction and transmission to the future of a sound Muslim identity are among the priorities of our Presidency. Today, the Presidency of Religious Affairs is an institution that provides religious service on a global scale, from Europe to Central Asia, from the Balkans to Pacific Asia, and from Africa to Latin America. Our Presidency always stands with the oppressed and victimized in Syria, Iraq, Palestine, and Myanmar. It is in Yemen, Somalia, Al-Quds, and Gaza, seeking for right and justice. It is in Aceh, Pakistan, Bosnia, and Haiti, with post-disaster humanitarian aid convoys. The Presidency of Religious Affairs means hope, tranquility, and peace today, with the strong support of Turkiye Diyanet Foundation, which is at the humanities service across 7 continents. Human resources. Aiming to ensure effective and efficient employment at all levels, our Presidency employs over 150,000 members today. Our Presidency adheres to an employment policy based on objective standards, fairness, and legitimacy, with the goal of preventing waste of time, labor, staff, and resources. Administrative services. Constructing mosques, Quran courses, and other premises with an architecture reflecting the symbols of the Islamic culture and civilization, and making them more functional by taking into consideration the needs of all segments of the society, are among the most important agendas of our Presidency. Guidance and inspection. Our Presidency makes effective inspection and guidance efforts in central, provincial, and overseas organizations to ensure the Presidency staff have an honorable and proper position fit for performing religious services. It inspects the conformity of activities and services to the legislation, expenses and financial transactions to the goals and strategic plan, and provides guidance services for the solution of problems. Directorate of Strategy Development. It develops and controls management, planning, reporting, project design, management development, R&D activities, information technology, budgetary implementations, and internal audit functions in order to achieve corporate strategic objectives by determining the mission and vision of our presidency. All operations of our presidency are conducted based on 5-year strategic plans and 1-year performance programs and monitored through action plans developed according to results of field research. Thanks to all these field researches, projects, innovative and value-added steps, our presidency provides guidance and counseling to the spending units on the implementation of the relevant financial legislation. It carries out activities related to information technology management and development, infrastructure, network management, software development and maintenance, information security, technical support, training, and project management. Department of Legal Consultancy. The Presidency aims to provide more services for humanity through legislative efforts within the framework of the capabilities provided by the law and follows legal procedures to protect the interests of the public and the institution. The Presidency of Religious Affairs has always been the representative of trust and stability and has never given any opportunity to extremism and exploitation. It has always fought and will continue to fight those who ruthlessly exploit our religion and religious values and those who grow by exploiting the property, children, faith, and trust of innocent Muslim communities. In this respect, our presidency will continue to provide religious services that encompass life, regardless of sect, creed, race, sex, and language.